Hi, I'm Cheryl Leach. In this problem, we're asked to find the area of an equilateral triangle that has a side length of 4 inches. Well, if you remember, an area of a triangle can be calculated by taking 1/2 the base times the height. So my area is 1/2 the base times the height. And let's see if I can fill in any of this information. Well, this is what we call an equilateral triangle, which means all of the sides have the same length. So even though this side is marked 4 inches, all of the sides are 4 inches. So the base of this triangle is also going to be 4. So in my formula, I can say that this is 1/2 times 4. Now let's take a look at the height. How do I calculate the height of this triangle? Well, I need to sketch in the altitude of my triangle, which represents my height. Now, what I notice is that I'm going to be creating a right triangle when I do that. Now, the other thing that's important to notice is that because this is an equilateral triangle, this altitude bisects my base, which means that this length is exactly half of my total length. So one side of that right triangle is going to be 2 inches. So I know the side of this leg, I know the side of my hypotenuse, so I can use the Pythagorean theorem to calculate my altitude, which will be the height. So what does the Pythagorean theorem tell me? Well, it tells me that the height squared plus 2 squared is going to equal 4 squared. All right, so that tells me that the height squared plus 4 equals 16, or that the height squared equals 12. And now, taking the square root of both sides, I know that the height is plus or minus the square root of 12. Now let's think about this for a minute. This is an application problem. Is the height going to be negative the square root of 12? No, I'm only going to be dealing with the positive version. So the height is going to be positive square root of 12. Now I can reduce this a little as well. So I'll write this as 2 times the square root of 3. I now know the height of my equilateral triangle. So I can go ahead and fill it in. This is going to be 2 times the square root of 3. At this point, it's just a calculation. 2 divides into 4 twice, and so I'll have 2 times 2 square root of 3, and I'll have a total of 4 times the square root of 3. Now remember, this is an area, so I'm going to be dealing in square units. All of these units were in inches, so my answer will be 4 square root of 3 square inches. I hope this was helpful. Thanks.